needs and related events. While in the PTDF building, your safety is our priority, and we urge you to comply with all safety and emergency procedures. Do not use your phone while driving within the PTDF premises. Please observe the 20 km/h speed limit and take note of pedestrians within the PTDF vicinity. When coming into the building, it is important that you go through the safety scanners and also sign the visitors register. These are meant to increase the level of security in the building. While in the premises of the PTDF, ensure you wear your visitor's tag and take your belongings with you at all times. The restrooms are located along the main corridor of the ground floor. The female restroom is opposite the auditorium, the male restroom is opposite the canteen, and the restroom for persons with disabilities is opposite the lift. The PTDF building is an intelligent building, purpose-built with your safety in mind. The building is equipped with smoke and fire detectors that provide advance warning of an emergency. Please note that this building is fitted with surveillance cameras and it is a non-smoking facility. The huge corridor walkways, open concepts, and numerous exit points make for easy evacuation in the unlikely event of an emergency. Wherever you find yourself in the building, take some time to observe the exit points nearest to you, clearly identified by the green walkman. In case of an emergency, please observe the following safety procedures. During an emergency, an alarm will go off and will sound continuously until the emergency situation is contained. Do not panic. Stay calm. Leave all your belongings and follow the direction leading to a safe evacuation from the building. Under no circumstances should you use the lift. Follow the safety evacuation signs and walk orderly to the muster point located beside the entrance gate post. Remain at the muster point until the emergency abates. You will not be allowed to go to the car park or drive out of the premises during an emergency. Do not re-enter the building unless you are told to do so by an HSE officer. Remember, safety is about information, but much more compliance. Have a safe time in the PTDF building.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Once again, Your Excellencies, very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the NAEE Iaee 2025 Annual International Conference. Of course, every year we gather to discuss critical issues that would move not just Nigeria, but our nation forward. At this juncture, Your Excellencies, I kindly appeal that in honor of our dear nation Nigeria, may I respectfully request that we all rise to take the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on the cue of my sound. 1, 2, let's go.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign fatherland. Our flag shall be a symbol
May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You may please be seated. Your Excellencies, very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue this morning's proceedings, it is my honor to acknowledge and warmly welcome some distinguished personalities who have graced today's conference. Leaders whose vision and expertise continue to shape the energy landscape across Africa and beyond. As I recognize you, I kindly appeal that you may wave your hands and give us a very warm smile. I'll start by saying a warm welcome to the Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources, and of course a special guest of honor for today, Dr. Emeka Vitalis, OBMNI, represented by the Acting Director, Renewable Energy of the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Engineer Temito Pedino. A warm welcome to you, sir, and thank you for joining us. We also welcome the President of the Nigerian Association for Energy Economics, NAEE, Dr. Hassan Mahmood. Of course, an accomplished economist and visionary leader, championing evidence-based policy in Nigeria and the energy space. Can we give him a round of applause? Thank you so much, sir. A warm welcome to you. We welcome the chairman of this event, the Energy Institute of Nigeria, and the chairman of Aradel Holding PLC, Mr. Austin Olunshola, FNAEE. Please can we celebrate him? A warm welcome to you, sir. Of course, joining us virtually is the president of International Association for Energy Economics, Professor Edgar Almeida. Of course, celebrate him. Joining us virtually online. We also celebrate and welcome our host for today, the Executive Secretary of the Petroleum Technology Development Fund, PTDF, Alhaji Aminu Ahmed Galadima, a champion of human capital development. I may understand that he's ably represented by Mr. Muhammad Haruna, Deputy General Manager of Strategic Planning and Documentation. Please, can we give our host another resounding round of applause? We are also pleased to have the chairman of the Society of Petroleum Engineers Nigeria Council, a transformational leader driving innovation, regulation, and inclusivity across Nigeria's energy value chain. Of course, Engineer Amina Janmadami, PhD, the first woman to hold that position. We also give a warm welcome to the Authority Chief Executive of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Engineer Farouk Ahmed, ably represented by the Executive Director, Economic Regulations and Strategic Planning Directorate, Professor Zainab Gabriel. Please a warm welcome to you, ma'am. Celebrate her. We are also pleased to have with us here all the way from Kenya, the High Commissioner of the Republic of Kenya to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Of course, a distinguished diplomat fostering African unity, bilateral trade, and regional development. Help me welcome His Excellency, Mr. Isaac Parashina. Well, welcome to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. We're also pleased to have here with us a Professor Emeritus, a global voice in petroleum economics and energy policy, Professor Wimi Eledare, a former Iaee President and NAE President. Please, where is Prof. Wimi? Well, welcome to you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. We also welcome all of our keynote speakers for today. I'll keep recognizing you as the name keeps coming to me. We also have an immediate past president of the Nigerian Economic Society here with us, Professor Adeola Adeni Kinju, FNAEE. Thank you so much, sir, for all you do for the NAE. We're also pleased to have with us an acting vice president, conferences and publications, Professor Obinda Gresham. Welcome. We celebrate you, sir, and thank you for joining us. Of course, the chairperson of the local organizing committee is here with us, Dr. Mrs. Priscilla Ekpe. A warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining us. We also celebrate, of course, another very distinguished professor of law and the CEO of 18th Power Limited, a former president of this organization, of course, the immediate past president, Professor Yinka Omorogbe, SANFNAEE. A warm welcome to you, ma'am. We celebrate you. We also have here with us, of course, a past president of the Nigerian Economic Society and a former economic advisor to former President Olusegun Obasanjo, of course, the pioneer president of NAEE, Professor Akin Iwayemi, FNAEE. Thank you so much, sir. Where are you? Thank you so much, sir. We celebrate you for all you do for us. Celebrating all of our sponsors, one of which is Tenno Energy Resources. Help me welcome Dr. Tim Okon. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Also celebrating all other amazing volunteers and subcommittee members of this amazing association. I see Dr. Margaret Halili here in front. Thank you so much, ma'am. We celebrate you. And of course, a blanket recognition to all of the subcommittee members of this event. We also welcome all of our amazing young professionals, students, members of the press. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation to this event. Can you give yourself a round of applause, please? Celebrate yourself. My name is Ofofono Norkman. My pleasure it is to serve as your ceremonies for today. I'll give you a quick rundown of what it will look like in the next few hours. If you check your brochure, I believe you have it as a virtual copy. You turn to page 28, you will find the order of event for today. After my opening introductions, we'll have a welcome speech by our president, and after that we switch gears immediately to the chairman's opening remark. Once the chairman is done with his opening remark, we have an opening speech by the amazing president of NAE. Of course, we switch gears to the remarks by our chief host, and then we have the remarks by the guest of honor. We switch gears immediately to the remarks by the special guest, a few other remarks, and then we have our sponsors' remark. After our sponsors done talking, we'll switch gears to the keynote paper, which would wrap up the day's event. And we have the vote of thanks. We go for lunch. It's going to be very swift. It's going to be very intellectual. And I hope you will give me all of your attention for the next few hours. Will you give me your attention? If you give me attention, can you say I? The ayes have it. Your Excellencies, very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to call on a respected economist with over 30 years of service in financial regulation and public policy, a former central banker, a visiting scholar in energy economics, and the current president of NAEE. Help me celebrate to do his welcome address. That applause should be befitting enough of a respected gentleman. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I think we're still in the morning time. I'm going to just give the welcome address. I was chatting with the ambassador, His Excellency, and was asking me to give him the protocol of those two mentioned. And at the end of it, I was trying to write it. He says it's too long, but he said the protocol in Nigeria is to say I'll stand on existing protocol. So he said the first speaker will give the list. So I started quickly jotting down those I see here because the burden is on me to do the first throw, and then others will say I stand on existing protocol. So I will be a bit comprehensive on recognizing the people, even though the MC has done a brilliant work by recognizing those dignitaries. But I don't want to stand on the MC's existing protocol. Let me just recognize the chairman of the occasion, which is represented by Dr. Okon, the CEO of Tenno Solutions. Our chief host, who is also represented here, the ES of PTDF, that enable us to use their facilities to take this conference, and this has been a regular event from PTDF. The Vice President Conference is going to give a proper thank you note on that. Was just to recognize their presence here. Past and present presidents of NAE. We also have our president of Iaee, who is also represented here at this event. our young researchers and students, postgraduates that are here, that are giving us technical papers to be listened to here, our partners, resource persons, speakers, special remarks that will be coming from leaders in the industries and the academia, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our media representatives here and media persons that are covering this, the members of the NAE Council, the Executive Council of the NAE, all the organizers of these events, our supporters and facility managers here. It is with profound pleasure and deep sense of responsibility that I welcome you all to the 2025 Annual International Conference of the Nigerian Association for Energy Economics, NAE. On behalf of our Executive Council, members across the country and beyond, I extend our heartfelt appreciation to all participants, partners, and sponsors whose commitment and intellectual contributions continue to make this annual gathering a cornerstone of energy discourse in Africa. The theme of this year's conference, Emerging Geopolitics of the Energy Landscape, Navigating Global Shifts and Implications for Developing Economies, could not have been more timely. We are convening at a moment when the global economy order is undergoing profound transformation, driven by technological advances, climate transition, redefined trade alignment, and shifting centers of geopolitical powers. The interplay of these forces is reshaping investment flows, energy security priorities, and the development prospect of resource-endowed but vulnerable economies just like Nigeria and many other African countries. From the reconfiguration of supply chain following recent global conflicts to the reemergence of critical minerals and renewable technologies as new levelers of influence, the energy landscapes today represent not just an economic question, but a geopolitical context. Developing economies stand at a delicate crossroad, seeking to harness their natural endowment for growth and inclusion, while adapting to rapidly evolving global energy governance framework that is often externally defined. For Africa and indeed for Nigeria, the stakes are exceptionally high. Our continent holds over 13% of global energy reserves and nearly half of the world's renewable potentials, yet remains the least energy secured region globally. As the world debates the decarbonization pathway and the net zero commitment, we must also assert the narratives of energy justice, ensuring that the transition is fair, inclusive, and aligned with our developmental realities. This conference therefore provides a crucial platform to interrogate how emerging geopolitics currents, for OPEC plus dynamics to China Belt and Road initiatives, from the EU carbon border adjustment mechanism to the growing financialization of energy markets, will impact our policy choices, investment framework, and regional cooperation strategies. Our mission at the NAE, at the Nigerian Association for Energy Economics, our mission has remained steadfast to advance research, dialogue, and evidence-based policy on economic of energy and its intersection with development. Through this platform, we bring together thought leaders from academia, government, international institutions, and industry to forge pathways that are both globally informed and locally relevant. This year's conference, with its diverse plenary sessions, technical papers, and policy roundtable, reflects that same commitment. Over the coming days, we will examine, that is between today and tomorrow, we will examine the emerging trends shaping energy geopolitics, explore financial options for African energy infrastructure, debate implications of global shifts in oil, for oil, gas, and renewables, and most importantly, articulate an African perspective to global energy transition. I must especially acknowledge the dedication of our conference planning committee, led by Dr. Iaee, our academia and industrial partners, our international collaborators, including the IAE, our parent association, the African Energy Commission, the African Petroleum Producers Organization, for their continued engagement to sustain the relevance of our association both domestically and globally. To our distinguished speakers, paper presenters, and delegates from across Africa, Europe, and the Middle East, Asia, and Americas, thank you for honoring our invitation, because some are joining us online. Your presence affirms that the dialogue on the future of energy must remain global, inclusive, and multidimensional. As we commence this conference, I encourage us all to approach the discussions with open minds and share sense of purpose. Let us seek not only to understand global shifts, but to shape them. To reposition our economies not as passive recipients of global energy trends, but as active participants in defining the new energy order. Once again, I welcome you all to 2025 NAE Annual International Conference. May our deliberations be insightful, our networking fruitful, and our collective resolve renewed towards a prospective, sustainable, and energy-secured Africa. Thank you very much, and you're most welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Is that applause befitting of a symbol of leadership excellence in Nigeria? Thank you so much, sir, for that very warm welcome speech. While our chairman was speaking, I would like to once again recognize the presence of the Authority Chief Executive of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Engineer Farouk Ahmed, ably represented by the Executive Director, Economic Regulation and Strategic Planning, Directorate of the NDPRA, Professor Zainab Gabriel. Welcome, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. And of course, joining us virtually, Your Excellencies, is the Secretary General of the African Petroleum Producers Organization, APO, Dr. Omar Farouk Ibrahim, FNAAE. A warm welcome to you, sir. We celebrate you, and you'll be speaking shortly, not just now. We switch gears immediately to the chairman's opening address. Of course, the chairman of the Energy Institute of Nigeria and the chairman of Aradol Holdings PLC, Mr. Austin Olurunshola. Of course, he is ably represented today by a very distinguished gentleman. Of course, his representative holds a degree from Ahmadu Bello University and Imperial College London, has over 4 decades of experience across the oil and gas value chain, including senior leadership roles at the NNPC, where he served as a Director of Transformation and Group Coordinator, Corporate Planning and Strategy. Please help me welcome the Chief Executive Officer of Tenor Energy Resources, Dr. Tim Okon, as he steps forward to represent our chairman. Help me celebrate him. Is that applause befitting of the chairman? I should put the mic there? Okay, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much. Sounds okay. All right.
Can you celebrate our elder statesman that keeps attending our conferences year in, year out? Thank you so much, sir, for being an epitome of leadership in Nigeria's energy space. We celebrate your tenacity of purpose, and we are grateful for this honor. Please, once again, can I celebrate Dr. Tim Okon, please?
Thank you. I think on Thursday I left office fully confident that on Friday I was going to go back to the office, but you know what happens when you wake up on Friday morning, and I started having a pain on the knee, and then you go to the clinic and they take a look at you and sit you down and begin to fiddle around with all kinds of scans and so on. So you bear with me because I still feel some pain, but I think it's wearing off, and I think part of it is arthritis we all dread. So what I do these days early in the morning is I do some certain exercises they say help you deal with arthritis. It's old age, actually. So, okay. I am a shoe-in, actually, for Austin, a good friend of mine, is the chairman of Aradel, and I tried to send him a message the other day, but I think it just bounced back. I don't know whether being chairman, you get a new phone number and all of the things that go with it. But the topic I'm supposed to speak on are quite apt, but I'm going to take a different approach for two reasons. There are two Nigerian realities that we need to deal with when we are talking about global energy and Nigeria's place in it, and how shifting terrain, shifting policy